All right, let's start. Let's see if this works. Cool. See if this works. Let's get going. I want to ship some open source. Yeah. Okay. I want to ship some open source. We're super close. Tons of great progress. Yesterday was awesome. It didn't beat me up too bad. So staying up late, so that's okay. Lesson learned. So let me kind of review and open up some stuff here. What else? Chrome. So let me kind of review and get my bearings and proceed, because I think last night more or less concludes the last big kind of upfront cost in many ways, building the tech, in knowledge. I think I've got quite a bit of LangGraph kind of working knowledge, not complete, comprehensive, but enough to be, I think, useful. So if we look at Chatfield, so just to kind of review, at the moment, I'm kind of feels like almost shippable for this kind of new API called Chatfield, wherein you can define a data model. You can define a data model for interviewing a human, let's say, to gather some key information here. And then it sort of interactively speaks with the human with any kind of context you like to describe here, and handles populating it all and sort of makes it convenient to use. So where we were, I think all the code's pushed up. Oh, I was looking. It's like 100 commits already. Whiteboard, notes. 131 commits already. It's pretty cool. So where we left off was I just got this massive, I think, success kind of over here in the interviewer object. There's, I don't know, for review, there's kind of two main objects. There's two really main objects in Chatfield: an interview object and an interviewer object. This base class. Let me see if I can do it by hand. Can I rename that base class? .py, be like that. And then let's see who crashes. So init's definitely gonna crash. And then is anyone else gonna crash? If I do import interview, Chatfield, interview, that's fine. This one. I think my IDE can help me. I don't care. Done. Yay, Python. All right. So I believe I've renamed my file. Let's see if that works. Oops. See. Where's that? Decorators. Did I not save it? Where's that? Decorators. Where is it? Close this. Yeah, I think I didn't save it. Okay, conversation, love 23, hate 1, one field, one field. Seems like that's kind of bad. I'm no longer prompting it that way. System message. We can go see what it does, but that's fine. Totally works. Totally works. Let's go look at this trace. Click. Langsmith trace. Thank you. So it runs up to this interrupt. This is the initial part. Whoa, what's going on with it? There it is. Interview object. Messages is empty, right? Good. All this is working. This is the system prompt at the moment. So I noticed a little bug where it's mentioning this to me in the conversation. That's a little bit bad, but that's okay. That's not today's bug. Today's bug is it doesn't work. So then we've got our subsequent call. Yeah, it does indeed. Let's see if we go to GPT here. This is called, and then if I scroll down to the call, yeah, there's been 2 calls made. Now, I could prompt the other way, you know. I could also prompt, oh, let's look at this. Record valid information stated by the user about notable numbers, about the notable numbers. And then I had a bug where this user should say Bob or something, but that's fine. Maybe I could make Claude Code get all that. The idea is to use Claude Code more today. So this is working though. It's round tripping. The LLM is responding. I kind of want to try maybe changing out an LLM, changing out to Anthropic, but this is all working. So the plan today is to move more, is to get the rest of the decorators working. Now that I completely re-implemented the data model and stuff and made it round trip through this, it made it support the LangGraph checkpointer and all that hard work that's gone in. So these tools are available. Seems like it shouldn't be. Seems like it shouldn't be. Think is running with these inputs. Ooh, these roles are empty. That's bad. Fields, there's fields. As int, yeah, the value has been captured. Roles is empty. That's a bug for sure. That's why it's saying user there later. Okay, so you're the conversational agent. Must. Okay. 2 calls. And look, it's passing null in. Okay. So that's all awesome. So has anything changed? Whoa. Oh, I renamed, yeah. So that's all kind of working. So let's just say rename. So I just renamed, yeah. I'll push that up. Okay. So now there are 2 major data objects in Chatfield, the interview and the interviewer. An interview object represents the information we're trying to capture. And then let's actually pause that there. The interviewer does all of the LangGraph like LLM stuff. That's the point. So let's see. Break there too. So my plan after having fixed this merge interviews, this is all the latest code I wrote. This is kind of gnarly. I'm not sure if it, in fact, I'm almost sure it still has bugs. It deliberately throws tons of errors, basically for any circumstance. I'm not 100% positive about the logic. So for example, if these two objects are, it really shouldn't even do, it should just refuse to operate unless they're exactly the same type. This happens a lot though. Whatever, I'll keep the code. So this reducer merges my state. So that's all done now and mostly debugged, mostly working for at least for the common use case. So with that reducer being, or with that kind of final basic logic being complete, now I want to get back into these decorators. So if I go into, let me, and what I did last night just to have fun was to go pull up the old types. All this code's kind of broken because I've deviated from, and Claude Code hasn't been involved in a while. As soon as the test suite broke, I just disowned Claude Code. I just turned my back on Claude Code a little bit. So this is going to be fun though. So as int, I've already implemented. My plan is to delete this whole file probably. So as int already works, as float, as percent. So this as list is kind of crazy. So let's try as percent, right? Maybe I should just do this. Let's ask Claude Code, right? Yeah, back to Claude Code. Put it in planning mode. Give me a list of all decorators from Chatfield / what is it? Chatfield / stop it. Why does it do that? / types. Thank you. Update todos. Thank you. Let's see if that works. Update to. Okay. Nice. Let's just start there. As int, as float, and as percent, right? So as percent, let's just try. Let's just wing it. As percent might be pretty easy. That's in my decorator. So this is the new implementation, right? There's must is commented out. Reject. Interview decorator. Yeah. Oh, look, here's a bug. Ensure roles. So let's, yeah, that's a bug. Let's get these ensure roles out of here, right? This is a decorator. Oh no, I think this is kind of the same thing. Because this is decorating a class definition time, there's no objects available. We need to genuinely attach. So it would be more like, so the methods get, what is that? if I go to my interview object and I look at my class, class method, yeah, this init field, yeah, given a function, it's just gonna stick underscore Chatfield there. So this is a little bit bad because in my main object, there's an underscore Chatfield as well. I need to start getting a little more clear. It's a little vague. Metadata for fields and metadata for the whole object, but I'm gonna keep going. So what does that mean? Over in the where is this? Hold on, come here, stay there. Okay, and then over in the decorators, this is correct. The roles has to be there. If I look at, yeah, like any of my input objects here, this is the interview object. So description comes from that I think docstring, we can keep that for now. This type comes from the class basically. And then roles is the only other kind of metadata, so that is right. So let's keep this. So this is correct. Ensure roles, right? Ensure roles. Let's call it init roles. No, we'll call it ensure roles. Okay. So we're going to say if the class doesn't have, let's do this, underscore roles. Let's call it underscore Chatfield roles, just to be a little more explicit. Class dot underscore Chatfield roles. If the name is not in that dictionary, then put it in. Yeah, here's the initialization. And it's a dictionary. Let's maybe do it kind of multi-line for no really good reason. Type is none and traits is empty. That's a role. Type is set to none and traits is set to empty. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So that's good. Chatfield underscore roles, right? So ensure roles. So when we call an interview decorator, we're gonna call ensure roles on that class. So that's gonna run this, and it's just gonna decorate it in there. So that's fine. So this underscore roles is gonna be, if it's not none, then we're saying it collides. Yeah. Otherwise, we assign it. Seems like that should work. Oh, I think it did. I think it did. Let's break there. Okay. Next, if we say that there's a trait, yeah, by running alice.trait. Same thing. If the role type, this could possibly check for empty string, whatever. Okay. So if there's a trait, we ensure the roles. And then, so this changes to Chatfield roles. Like that. Under my name, according to, yeah, and we just add that description in. Yep. Totally. And this was another one where you could do like, if description not in that. Yeah, exactly. Then we appended him. So we'll deduplicate. Just basic deduplication. So when the decorator runs, given that class, we ensure that there's roles and then we add that in. Seems like that should work. I think I still haven't found the bug yet. So then here's a field specific one. And in that one, we init the field. Now wait a second. This ensure roles. Wait, could I simplify just by saying, hey, there's a class, there's just a class object, a class field. So not field names. Interview, not field names. Right. It's not callable, so it's not a field. That's fine. And then what if I just say, yeah, what if I just say like Chatfield roles, which is an array? It's a list of dictionaries from, let's just say, yeah, whatever. Wouldn't that work? So that's class, or let's just do it like this. Who cares? Wouldn't that work? Chatfield roles. If that's a class level field or a class level thing, so this ensure roles. Oh, it is by so this ensure roles does it by name. So let's try this. I think I'm gonna try it. So that's the roles. So this is a dictionary. I'm gonna do it explicit. Yeah. I'm gonna do explicit. Thank you. I'm gonna do it explicit. So that's the definition for that interview object. Oh, if I inherit, is that gonna overwrite? I think it will. I think it will. I think that's bad. Yeah, we can test that real quick in the whiteboard. So if I go to my whiteboard, let me test this. I think I have a Python. I think this is like a Python. Once again, a kind of error that you don't get in Erlang. Let me check. Where'd my whiteboard go? Was it in the like Chatfield documentation? Or was it in the main documentation? Yeah, here. So if I try this whiteboard and I pull in, let's run it. So let's just go to the bottom. This is crazy. Let's delete some stuff. Delete it, delete it, delete it. Okay. Okay. Chatfield.interview. So if I say class foo, which is a Chatfield interview, and I say def foo, like, yeah, exactly. And then I say class bar, which is a Chatfield, and I say bar, and I say foo, f equals foo, b equals bar. So if I run all that, no attribute name. Okay, that might be a real bug. Foo object has no attribute name. The foo object? Okay, where is this? Thank you. Object get attribute. It's looking for underscore name. Why? Oh, look, when it populates this description. Or self dot underscore name. Wait, that is wrong, right? Self dot underscore name is not a thing. Yeah, I think that's actually a real bug. What was that? Line 60 something? Yeah, this. I feel like self dot underscore name is wrong. That isn't a thing. Yeah. I think it goes like this. I think that's how that works. All right, let's try that again. So I think that's a legit bug that I just fixed. Let's keep going. Whiteboard. Do I need to restart the, I think I do. Okay, so Chatfield, go. Yeah, good. Okay, so we have a foo object and a bar object, right? So if I say foo f dot underscore underscore class, so that's a foo type, right? Mm-hmm. And then if I say dot underscore, let's actually define some roles here, right? Let's say import Chatfield. Let's say Chatfield dot Alice. Yeah, exactly. Alice for foo, right? And then let's say Chatfield dot Bob dot trait. Let's try it. Bob's trait for bar. Let's try that. Let me just restart my kernel. I don't think I need to, but go. Please work. Good. So now this f class dot chat field roles. Yes. I almost wrote up a bug. This would be a bug. These chat field roles. So the chat field roles in the f class. F dot underscore class dot chat field roles. Stop it. Is bar dot class dot, yes, exactly. That's going to come out true. Yeah. So that's super bad. So that's good. So I can't implement it this way. I can't do this. So it could do it on like I think I could do it in like a new handler, but I think I'm not going to. We're going to leave it to be done at decorator time. Yeah, because different decorators apply to different objects. It's perfectly cromulent, right? So these ensure roles does need to run. Was I gonna break it here if my name? Oh, and so then it does need to like auto populate because I can't do it. So when we ensure these roles, we're gonna say the class needs to have the Chatfield roles. If not, it becomes a dictionary, and then the name. If it's not populated, then we populate it with empty values. Yeah, so that should work. So where's ensure? So ensure roles is running when we call it what? So the decorator for the interview, this is not a trait, right? Callable or role. So if it's callable, this is the bug. If I say at Alice, no, if I say at Alice, no ops, I think that is correct. Okay. So then the role type, yep. So then we're going to make a decorator for the class. If for some reason the role type is, let's do falsy even, right? Yeah, let's do falsy even. If not role type, then no op. Otherwise, ensure roles. So yeah, populate it, go get it. Oh, check if there's a collision. Otherwise, populate it. Yeah, that should work. So trait is so much simpler. Oh, I guess the description could. So we make a decorator. Yeah, we could have a little kind of check here as well. Kind of here. Something like that. Okay. So no op if it's passed in like nothing, although it's requiring some input, so whatever. Ensure it if the description is not in the traits, then... Now wait a second. If I say ensure roles, wait, if I say, oh, it pulls self.name. That's where it got it. Okay. It pulls self.name. I was wondering where that came. Okay. So where were we? Ensure roles. Call trait. Yeah, in the trait. Okay. So we ensure it. So self.name is going to run right. So if I go at Alice.trait, it's going to have the name Alice. Right. Okay. So then that's good. So then we go roles of self.name under traits. If it's not in there already, then add it in. We're done. Might want to unshift it here rather than add it. Let me think. Nah, I'll let it reverse later. Okay, so then we return that. So that trait seems to work. So I think all these traits work. Let's do this when we return the class. Break there, maybe. Field specification decorator. Okay, so that's Alice. Let's run that and see what happens. Okay, right. Oh yeah, we're running the first class. So here's a trait. So this class dot, let's see, class variable, self. What is this CLS object? Should have a CLS object. Class dot Chatfield roles, and there's Alice, and there's Bob. There's Alice with some traits. So that is attaching it all properly. That's decorating everything fine. Play. What is this? Technology consultant. Uh-oh, and then what are we doing here? Decorating. Okay, let me stop. Let me just go and look from the other side. That interview. Yeah, this interview. Let's go look at this model dump. So it's just self._Chatfield, right? Of the interview object. Yeah. I think I get it. So this is the field definition. But here is where the main object is done, and these roles here I think is wrong. I think these roles have to copy from my own. I think it has to be like this, self._, yeah, exactly, _Chatfield roles. I think that's the bug. Yeah, that's a breakpoint there, so let's run that. I think that might be the bug. Let's just go. I think that might be the bug. Return class. Go. I don't know. Yeah, here. Role type. Go. I'm gonna stop breaking here. Trait, yeah, go. I'm gonna stop breaking here. Go. Right. So this Chatfield roles. Yes, Medieval Knight and Bob, Man on the Street. Yeah, let's let it go. Okay, so this is an init, so I'm gonna stop breaking that too. Uh-oh. Small little exception. Interview object has no attribute underscore Chatfield roles. Okay, good. Oh yeah. Inner init. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me write myself a little note. Be careful. Invocations. All right, I wrote myself a little note to remind myself to stop doing that. So basically this is throwing because Chatfield interview, that's going to stick it in this underscore Chatfield object. Yeah. Ah, I did it again. That's the bug. Okay. That's the bug. It's the roles defined for my class. And in fact, what I may want to do is I think I could do just a quick cheeky like initialization, that ensure thing. Where was that? Ensure. Where was it in code? Was it in the, let me close my whiteboard. I'm good with the whiteboard. Ensure roles, right? Oh, that's in the decorator. Ensure roles. So I could make this a class method. Could I make it a class method? Right. And then move that over to the interview object. So in the field, and then so there's a class method, exactly. And if we ensure the roles, oh no, because it's the, all that's gonna do is, it's not gonna initialize it with, oh, it could put Alice and Bob right in here. Hey, I'm gonna keep going, that's not bad. So if it's not in there, and then we could say if Alice not in, yeah, exactly. And then same thing for Bob, right? All right. That might work. So you run the class method. Yes. I think that works because the interview object is all defined. If you subclass it, it should, I think this will work. All right, so this kind of initializes the roles at a later time because we need that. I think this is working, and so then the decorators is just going to call that temporarily. We're going to try that. And then that's also going to initialize Alice and Bob there. So that's nice. So then, because now I have a nice class method to just get these roles defined, Chatfield roles, we will, where am I going to run that? Where the heck was I? No. Here. Yeah, so when we initialize, yeah, so just in the case that no decorator has ever run, you go, let's see. Oh, it's the super class, is it not? Or I guess you just go, yeah, is it not? Super dot ensure roles? Is that not it? Or I guess I can just go self dot underscore class dot ensure roles. Is that gonna work? Okay. Let's break there. I think that's right. So we're gonna make sure the roles are defined because we're gonna copy them out right here. Well, we're not gonna copy them. We're gonna reference them. And this is gonna. So the point is, whew, you can't make a like modifiable, modifiable. What am I trying to say? You can't make a like modifiable object in the just in the class like I want, because this would be shared. It would be reused by all subclasses. They're going to conflict. They're going to collide. These need to be independent for every class. So I think there's a few ways to do it. I'm kind of doing it the janky monkey patch way. There's probably better ways to do it. So the point though is there's just this class method that says, all right, make sure that dictionary exists on the class, because we're just defining stuff. So on the class, we're going to make sure that exists. So rather than have it be one thing, there's now a class method. So then each subclass can run this, ensure roles, and it's going to get its own dictionary for its own subclass, for its own type. So then those roles, and then they will be, so if there are decorators, the decorator is going to run this too, and it's going to populate those in the class. But then in object time, now we're in a init time, not a class time, but an object time, if you like. Now we're initializing the object, and we're going to copy over the definition. Strictly speaking, it's not needed at the moment, but I'm just keeping all the data together. So we copy over the definition. So that's all these Chatfield roles in the class. Then down below, it's all going to be deep copied at the very end. So we're just going to get deep copy. So that's the idea. I think that might work. Let's just go. Oh. Hi, people are talking to me. 2:00. Oh, recently. Hi, people are messaging me in chat. The answer is I'm building an agent that'll have a conversation with you and gather information like for an interview. Making an agent that can conduct an interview. An AI agent. So. Here we go. Inner init. So this class. So if I look my self.class here, let's see. So that's notable numbers. And so .chatfield roles is already defined because there's been decorators. Yeah, Alice talks like a medieval knight, and Bob is a man on the street. Perfect. So this should basically no op. Let's go in and see it. Oh, I knew that. Step out, step back in. Okay. So this ensure roles should basically no op. That should come out false. It's going to skip that. That's going to come out false. That's going to come out false, and we're done. Perfect. So then these roles, this might fix the bug. If I step over again, or let's run to like, where am I going to run? Yeah, let's just step out of this whole function. Right, the inner init, so that's all fine. So now self.underscore Chatfield is going to include all the roles. Wonderful. Alice, Bob. So I'm going to let it proceed because I think it'll be fun to see in the trace. There's a trace. Click, go. Okay, so there's the trace. So let me just stop blocking there. I think that's good. I think this works. There's maybe cleaner ways to have this kind of, subclass specific data, data associated with subclasses, something like that. But this is fine. This is very just like, The virtue maybe of my approach is because I'm kind of just monkey patching it, data fields into these objects. It's going to work in like Ruby, JavaScript. It's going to kind of work in any language because they all just support, you know, dictionaries effectively. All right, so off we go. Hail, good stranger. So love 23, hate 3. Just gonna run. Oh, look, 2 fields. It passed in 2 fields at the same time. Wonderful. So that trace is done now. So, yeah, when it ran this tool call, with, can I make this render better? No. Kind of lame. The tool call passed in both fields and as a as a complete parameter set. So this totally worked. Oh, I wanted to read the system prompt. I think it's going to work. You are the conversational nun. Oh no, it didn't work. I thought it would have. Gathering information with the man on the street. Okay, I remember. I think I know this. I know the bug. So you are the conversational. So this Alice role name. Alice role name. So let's just do the Alice equals interview. Yeah, let's do that. I just like saying the Alice better. This prompt stuff, I expect. I want to build out a test suite that does a good job testing how this is behaving. I don't want to really over optimize or really overthink prompts until there's decent testing, because otherwise it just becomes religion. I think it is helpful to mention the tools in the prompt, whatever, right? So then that's Alice. So then this Alice role name has a bug though. Let me just go there. So we say get role Alice, get Bob. Oh, Alice role name, get role name Alice with agent, get role name Bob with user. Oh, I see. It's defined to be none. That is a bug. It's defined to be none now. Now that it's initializing it to be none. And so that is, you know, it's not that it's undefined, it's that it's defined to be none, right? In JavaScript, this would be the difference between undefined and null. So, I mean, it could be fix it just as none, right? Yeah, let's just do this. Or default. Let's just, that's fine. I don't even think I need to debug it. And so then what else? That's the role name. Chatfield roles. This is kind of bad. Actually, this is kind of bad. Get role. Yeah, this is kind of bad because that role's not going to stick. This is just a free floating dictionary. Let's do this. Let's not let it auto-verify for a second. Let's just let it crash. Whoops. Let's just let it crash. Because I think it should be initialized. It should be initialized with a Alice and a bot. No, is it? When you do the ensure, I'm just going to let it crash. Let's keep going. I'll just let it. That'll throw a key error, and then I'll say, oh, okay. So if that throws a key error, what I have to do is, rather than returning this anonymous dictionary that could then be modified and then lost, I need to stick that dictionary in that roles object, and then we'll just take advantage of the fact of all this, what am I trying to say? Modifiable data objects that Python loves. All right, so off we go. Let's just do it. So let's go read the trace. I think that fixes it. System message. Agent. Wonderful. Put the man on the street. Good. And so then the agent is a medieval knight. Although I wouldn't really say medieval knight. That's fine. And then here's the notable numbers collection. And then here's data types or fields. Here's a constraint. Good morrow, traveler. Okay, wonderful. So I think that's kind of fixed. I kind of want to check that in. Did I change the decorators at all? Yeah. So the interview object, right? Yes. Yeah. Ensure roles, yeah. Get role name, Yeah. So we'll say, roles. So there's that. So then in the interviewer, what did I change? Basically nothing. I could actually just totally get rid of that code. Yeah. That's the only change, so we'll just back that out. And then the decorators, what did the decorators do? If description, trait. Yeah, I'm gonna check that in too. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to the commit. So, okay, so that's all pushed up. So that's good. It's getting pretty stable. It's getting pretty good. So this is good. Good morrow. So I can say love 23, hate 32, right? Passed in 2 fields. They all passed back. We exit. Really awesome. Totally awesome. 23. So with those roles fixed, we were going all the way back. So here's the interview decorator, right? So this is all, so I think it's all fixed. So let's get into, so this is, so as percent, as int, as bool, as float, would it be, let's go read it. What was as percent in the old implementation? What do I want? It was the types here. As percent. And this thing had really cool, oh, look, it's returning a float between 0 to 1. That's pretty cool. We'll take that. We'll take that. It returns a float between 0 to 1. Yeah, you don't want integer because what if it's 2.3% complete, right? You don't want an integer. Yeah, you want a float. Let's do that. So then let's see if we can get that in there. So as percent equals field cast decorator. Yeah. And then what was my code here? As percent. So it's going to be a float. As percent. Handle 50%. Half. Or the most. Yeah, handle 50% or half. Abbreviations, right? Handle 50% or half. I'll just say etc. I don't know. Right, converted to 0.0 to 1.0, right? Exactly. So that's as percent. So I think it's that simple. So now I have as percent. So if I say we're asking a man on the street, so it shouldn't really be medieval night. So let's swap it out, right? So let's say we're a kindergarten teacher again, talking to a man on the street. It should really say talks like, because a trait is not the same thing as your like ID. To me, that's the point. Bob, that's the ID, the type of person, that's the type of character in the conversation. And then these traits are, you know, adjectives or something like that. I know that's not strictly true, but so that's the idea. So then let's tighten things up. So a number between 1 and 100, right? And then, yeah, we definitely want as int and we want as percent. So it's that simple. And then your least favorite number, what do we want? Let's say we want it as an int, and then we want it as percent, and then we'll say, yeah, let's say fraction of 100, the number, fraction of 100, except negative, i.e. disliking 13 implies negative 0.13, right? That's the point, right? Disliking 13 implies negative 0%. Okay, cool. So that's as a percent with a custom prompt. So I'm going to make it negative. So let's run that. Let's run in the debugger in case something crashes. Just need to import that. Import it as float, as percent. Save, go. Oh yeah, all this Chatfield, all this stuff. Got it. Where is that? Here. Export it there too. Off we go. I feel like I smell food. Okay. So then, hello there. What's your favorite number? Okay, so I say I love 23, hate 80, right? LLM found, where was it? One field, least favorite. So once again, it did user input. Tool found input for one field. Favorite tool input for one, least favorite. Am I like, where's it? LM found a valid field. What are my tool input? Whatever. Ooh. Yeah, there's my trace. Click my trace. Oh, yeah, it should be obvious in here. Yeah, it did run them one at a time. Again, it ran them one at a time. All right. It called these, and it called them in two separate calls. Strangely enough, it passed null into this one. Okay, cool. Keep going. That all merged in. Everything's fine. Did it just exit out? Did it just tear down? Yeah, it tore down. Awesome. Awesome. As percent. Let's just check that in. What's going on there? Decorators, right? Yeah, it's like one line of code. I love it. So, because I want to just completely get rid of this types file. Where was that? Types.py. I want to get rid of it. So there's as percent, as int, as int, as float, as percent. So as list, that'd be fun. Yeah, with a type hint. I wanted to do that. Let's go implement that. Let's go see if that works in the decorators. So if I say as list, Now what would be really nice would be to define this. Yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy. You could make it, you could force it to return a list of a certain type. Let's not do that just yet. That can get more sophisticated later. So does this even work? Comma separated. Let's just see. Parse a list of items. Yeah. As list. Right. Convert. Handle words most natural. What am I trying to say? In the most natural way. Yep. I don't know. We'll try that. So first of all, I'm passing in a new type here. We'll see if that works, right? Int bool. Here it is. So it's definitely not going to work. Let's just try to add it in. So there it is. And then what do we just stringify it, right? Primitive type. Okay, fine. I think that's going to throw... Let's just go look. That's got to throw. So my wrapper, it's going to have to throw here, right? These fields. Conversational context, quote. Yeah, these fields, these casts. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here's the other side of it. So when we cast back out, we could maybe try it like this. List equals, we could try that. So it's a list of any. Okay, primitive. So then the cast type comes back out. Cast type. So it's a weird, it's a list of any. We could try it. There's the definition. All right, we'll try that. We'll see if that works as list. So that should support as list. So then if I decorate my data model, ooh, I can smell food. It smells super good. So if I say favorite, if I say as list, and then I say a range of numbers from 1 to the favorite, right? As list. So then as percent, oh dear, I gotta do it again. As list, where is it? What is this types? Let's get out of here. Get out of here, types. As list, from the decorators, and I think that's good. Go. No crash. Okay, so I say favorite is, I'll just say 23, right? Oh, cool. So cool. So cool. Yes. Totally awesome. Totally working. Cool. Woo! That's neat. That's cool. Wow. First try. Okay. So I'll say height 7, right? So if I height 7, it's going to come back as a percent of negative 0.7. Yes, it does. That's awesome. Okay. So now we implemented. What is the interviewer? What did the interviewer change? Oh, yeah. So let's just commit it all. As list. Awesome. And then what's fun is I could even change it, right? If I change my definition here. So instead of a range of numbers from 1 to the favorite, spelled out in English for odds and tie for evens, right? Like longhand spelled out. Is that what I'm trying to say? Whatever, that'll probably work, right? So then if I say 23, this is going to be awesome. I bet this works. So then if I say, so that just returned an array of, or a list of ints just now. So then if I say my favorite number is 23. Cool. So that goes 1 song, 3 C, 5. That's working. That's totally working. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's awesome. That's the point. That's what I want. So the developer can just describe how they want this information, like sort of post-processed for them to carry on with their logic. The point of it is then this carries on to whatever other business logic the developer needs. We've got a quote, or sorry, we've got a little context. I don't know if this is super useful yet. Same thing with the quote, but whatever. We've got wrappers, decorators. So awesome. Okay, cool. So what else? Let's go back into our types. Interviewer, interview. Let's get out of here. Okay, init. Let's go back and read these bad types, this bad file that I don't like. Okay, awesome. So that's as list. So I haven't implemented the hint of the type yet. Maybe I could just throw that in there. Where's that? As list. Yeah, I could just throw a quick to do. Possibly allow a keyword arg like as list of equals, int. But then, which would need to be the like tool, what am I trying to say? Argument schema, which would need to appear in the, that's the problem. It's got to carry on all the way to that argument schema in the tools, but it is possible, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I want to get into, there's a couple of other, okay, so as set, ooh. Interesting. So as set, so sets, do sets exist in TypeScript? Ooh, a set in TypeScript. Whoa, they totally do. Is that a base type? Nice. Set. Cool. All right, well, we'll take it then. We'll take it. Close, 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 close. We'll take it. Let me go off camera and keep coding here. So I want let's do it as set. Let's do it. Fine. So that should work pretty So that's as list. Let's do as set here. We're going to call it as set. It's going to be, ooh, is set a type? What is that in Python? Stop it. Yeah, it's a type. That's good enough. Let's see what happens. So I'll do a set, interpret the value as a, what am I trying to say? Distinct set. Set of distinct items. A set of distinct items in the most suitable way, something like that. Something like that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So that's going to throw up here. If I just run it, I think it's going to, stop it. It's going to throw. It's going to say, hey, okay, F5. It's going to say, hey, F5. What happened? F5. Did I lose my... Oh, it's running already. Stop. Stop. Uh-oh, something's wrong. This is bad. Oh, it's done. F5. Okay, off we go. So, yes. Good. Good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could maybe... it's kind of duplicative, but that's okay. So instead of as list, we'll say as a set. Let's say spell that in English and Spanish. Make it a little more globally accessible there. Aha, right? So as set goes like that, and then what else? Oops, got to import it here. Go. I mean, Python, I mean, maybe VS Code or maybe Claude Code could be doing this, but yes, cast bad type. Wonderful. Type set. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. So here, so we could try set equals set, see what happens. I'm not sure what happens when you pass that into LangChain. Like, that's not a JSONable type, right? That's my concern. All right. So my favorite number is 7. Ooh. Nice. Let's go read the trace because a set is not a JSONable data type. I guess I convert back here. So the pydantic object is like doing it for me. Let's go see. So I want to see when the human says 7. Where is that? The human says 7. It calls the tool, and the call it makes is, oops, where's that? The call it makes is favorite. Oh, it's like interpreted the prompt wrong. So what is this as set? Let's read the prompt. As set. Type is array. Wonderful. A range of numbers from 1 to the favorite, spelled out in English for odds and Spanish for evens. Well, I'm saying range. Maybe I have a prompt problem a little bit. What is that? A range of numbers. So instead of, so that was as list basically. Do it back. So spelled out. Odds are English, evens are Spanish. The set of numbers spelled out as words. So that should, oh, So if I say my favorite number is, favorite number is 12. Yeah, cool. And how many? 1, 2, 3. It looks like it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. 5. Yeah. Odds are English. 1. Awesome. So as set works. And then if I just drop back down to, let's say if I do both, right? Go. Woo, this is cool. This is cool. So I say my favorite number is 23. Yes. Oops, tie. Oh, okay. Good. So this is in order. These are out of order and these are in order. 1 song, 3 C5. Good. Ye sip song. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. So that works too. As set works. Let's go look at it. Yep. Commit, implement the as set decorator. Done. Push it up. So let's keep going. I want to just keep going a little bit. So this is, I want to just kind of delete, let's just delete code. Let's just go to the top and, well, okay. Type decorator. Yeah, I don't really care. Oh, this is gonna, yeah, I hate that. Okay, let's not do that. So as int is done, as float is done, as percent is done, as list is done. Let's do as dict. So let's see if I run the code. Is that just crashing everything? No, it looks like it works. Good. So let's do as dict. Any good prompts? Key value pairs. Yeah, that's interesting. Take that out of there. So if we go into the decorators, yeah, as dict equals field cast decorator. Yes, yes. So, okay, couple of things. First of all, I just want this nice prompt here. It's not even nice, but whatever. As dict. Yeah, key value pairs. Basically, that's all I want is that one little string. Okay. So do I want to say as dict? Because it's going to be in multiple languages. You could say as key vals. Oh, you know what you could do? We could say as dict. You could do like this, as key vals. Right? And then let's maybe do dictionary. Yeah, let's do as dict. And we'll just do this. As key vals equals as object equals as dict. That's the point. Like that. That's the point. But I'm going to say as a dictionary. What am I going to say? As an object. I'm going to say object. That's JavaScript. I think that's fine. So we could say, oh no, we'll just say dict here, right? And then, right. Whoops. As key value pairs in the most, as key value pairs. I think I know what I'll say. represent the information, represent as key value pairs, or empty if not applicable, right? If no, like no suitable representation, right? Or empty if not applicable. Let's try that. So that's as object, we'll call it. So we will do dict. Yeah, let's keep going. So then here, where's that? Okay. Types here, dict. So that's dict. Yeah. So back over in the interview, basically, so this dict here is going to be, yeah, exactly. So we're going to say string to any. All right. Key value pairs. Okay. Okay. I think that's fine. Let's see if that round trips. Let's see how that does. So then I need to represent it. So I guess I don't want sets. So for my favorite, I want as dict. Let's just decorate it like that, right? As percent as dict. Let's just decorate it as dict. And let's just let the LLM interpret that. Yep, re-export it, go. We'll say as object and as dict. Let's do not as key values. Let's just do that. Okay. I'll just say 23. Oh, field. Oh, look. Field required. Type equals missing. Here's the input value. Oh, it's annoying. I find it annoying that it... Right. Oh, I can check this trace though. Let's see in the trace. I think last time I checked the trace, it seemed fine. I can't remember. Let's see. So hopefully that's in the trace now. That it, that it did this tool call. Nice, validation error. Cool. But why didn't it rerun it? So it called this one? Yes, it did. The output is here. So that's fine. Oh, so the as what is that? As dict? Or what's it in here? It's called as object. Well, that's not in here. Is that in the requirement? Okay, if I say empty, if not applicable, maybe I should do represent as 0 or more key value pairs. 0 means where 0 means NA, right? Where 0 keys, let's just do this like semicolon. 0 keys means NA. So hopefully it'll populate. Maybe I have a prompt problem, a prompt prob. I want it to be Oh, let's also change this, right? Instead of as object, let's just go as dict. That's fine. It's a $1 billion language model. I think it's fine. All right. Yeah, look, another mistake. And then let's go in the wrapper while we're here. Let's catch that exception if it happens again. Or not catch it, but let's break. Let me turn myself back on. I'm good. Audio check. Cool. Okay. 23. Good. Oh, wait, it threw though. Wait, error, colon. Wait, it's got to stop there. Did I not? That's the only place where that error string is built. Is here. It's got to break. So I say 23. Yeah. Field required. Oh yeah, I remember. It throws, it can't pass the argument. I remember. This wrapper only receives well-formed arguments. Oh, so you know what's kind of interesting? I could make, because it's kind of being weird with me, I wish. Okay, I'm gonna make one more try to say, implies an error. Okay, so if I just literally say, give me an empty object. And then also I want to see my, let's check the trace. Go to the trace. And then let's go 23. Let's see if it does it. Good. Okay, so let me log out. Okay, so let's go to the trace. All right, validation area. So input favorite. Oh, nice. Let's go read. It's easiest to read here. It's just straight up not doing it. Why is it straight up not doing it? In the, oh, it's totally required. Why is it like not, wait, additional properties? What is that? Right. Huh. So let's see. Is the problem just that it's awkward as object? I think this additional properties is fine. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I want to just run it and say, right? Right. What? Just anything, any like string, like badness, like what? Problems. Right? Go. Still missing. Okay, that's kind of good. That's kind of good. So maybe let's just comment it out and keep going. Yeah. Actually, don't even comment it out. It's just buggy. What's this types? Oh. Fine. Check it in broken. Totally fine. Just don't use it. I have no users anyway, so what do I care? We'll just let that bug. You know what I was going to do? I was going to tell Claude Code to create a bug for me for all my to-dos. So let's just write down the bug and keep going. Oh yeah, to-do, this is not working. For some reason, the LM never passes this, the as odd parameter. The LM always omits the, yeah, exactly. Despite it being listed as required. That's my problem. So let's just write down that problem. Okay, so let's just, right? Pardon me. So, and types, we're just destroying it slowly in order to just enjoy getting rid of all that auto-generated Claude Code code. So that's fine. So let's keep going, because there's more fun ones, and some of these other ones might work well. So as choice, I cannot wait to do as choice. Maybe we can do as choice now. As date, I don't care. As duration, don't really care. I don't even know if I want to do all these. As lang is going to be a fun one. Let's try as lang now. We'll do as lang and then we'll do as choice. I think as lang should be somewhat easy. So let's just get it all. This is going to be so cool. This is going to be so cool. So as object's totally broken. So as lang is going to be a, so is it a field cast decorator, right? As lang. The problem is there's like multiple languages. Right. There's multiple languages. So I'm going to have to solve, I'm going to have to solve whatever. Just get it right? Stop, just, it's just, my IDE is just constantly, everything I do, the IDE makes it red. It drives me crazy. And then it's like, now I'm working for the IDE. It's not working for me. I got to go and apologize. I got to go and fix this. I got to go configure either my linter or whatever. It's just so, it's so silly. Okay. So, let me just write this down. So we'll, just like a little whiteboard. There's gonna be, so let's say favorite number, right? Or let's just go do it. Let's just go do it. Favorite number, right? So favorite number, let's say not percent. Let's definitely do it as an int. Let's definitely not do it as a dictionary. And so then let's say as lang, let's just start there, right? As lang. So one thought would be to do, ooh, I might make Claude Code do this for me. I don't know. So one thought would be to do like dot, you know, fr, something like that. What if I just want like dot as French, right? As Quebec, as my secret, you know, pig Latin dialect, right? Do I want that? No, it'd be like that. That would work as a user. Dot as lang dot music. Yeah, that works. So what that means is that this as lang is a little object that supports like an arbitrary attribute pull. Maybe I could reuse this decorator that's already doing it. We could try that. So we could say as lang. Why is that freaking out? Is not assignable to declared type. What language? I don't care. Wait, so if I just duplicate like this line of code, that's fine, right? Whoa. Is it as lang for some reason? Ah, yes. Okay. This code is triggering the IDE error above. So what do I want? Let's just comment it all out. That's fine. I just want it gone. Okay. So now, yeah, that was bizarre. Okay. So I want, let's try that. Let's just start with a little prompt, right? Convert. Track the language or format. As lang Python, as lang natural language. No. Yeah, that's a bad decorator. Track as language for processing. Is that the prompt? What's the prompt here? Track as language. Your database query. No. Right. This is going to be awesome. Okay. Represent. I think I remember like thinking to special case this. That's fine. Represent as the language colon. Oh, I know. It's going to be the parameter that they pass in, right? So how should I say that? Yeah, language. Yeah, language. Or the format example language or format. No, let's just say language. Keep it simple. So, great. Okay, so I'm gonna run the debugger in here so that I want to make it evaluate that, right? Let's get this out of here. Let's just simplify that. It's broken anyway, who cares? And then I'm worried about those curly brackets, so so we're fine. Represents the language, right? Would they pass it in? Yeah, instead of language, let's say name. Let's say name, because we're going to be the name of that decorator. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to do exactly like .fr. And then let's comment out this. This is going to get gnarly. So, oh, your silence implies that you love 3. Okay. So, as a particular language, if I say .fr, it needs to call, I think my idea is fieldcast decorator. Yeah, this. So there's init, there's call. Is there any other? Yeah, let's implement get attribute, right? Yeah. Is it callable? I don't know about that. Yeah, exactly. So if I'm not sure what to do though, but so this item is going to be, this is going to be like the decorator name, right? That's the point. Or like my name, right? Decorator name. Let's just call it the name. So hold on, let's just calm down. So then this will, right. So what should it return? If I do .name, okay, I know what to do. Yeah. Yep. Go. A syntax error or something? 264. Do I have a syntax error? 264. Wait, what? No, it's got to be here. I must have some sort of syntax error or something. Name string. What is it? Let me just run it here. Ah, there we go. Yeah, decorators. Oh, yeah. I have massive whiteboard code in the middle of my, where's that? Oh, 264. Yep. Massive whiteboard code in the middle of my stuff. Okay. Done. Go. Awesome. So that needs to be imported. Same as always. This is going to be awesome though. Where's that go? DLA. Yes, right there. Okay. This is going to be awesome. And then I need to import it into my code here. Wow, this is nice. Let me just keep going. It's all temporary. So that does that. Go. Wonderful. Yes. So the name that's been passed in is FR. Good. So I guess I could like, let's see. Right. Yeah, attribute error. Attribute error is what I'm looking for. So let me just, whoops. Whoa, what just happened? Let me just put that in my pocket. And then the point is, what I'm trying to avoid is creating an entire new data type. I'm trying to keep it simple. So by passing in that name, what needs to pop out? Yeah, I know. Yeah, this self.name. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at it right now. What is self.name? As Lang. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this name needs to update. That's exactly right. So this needs to update to like, is it .aslang.fr? Is it, it's gonna be like self.name, like plus underscore plus this name, aslangfr, something like that. Yeah, flatten it out. I don't want like a nested object of language stuff. So we'll flatten it out. And so then, so if you chain them, it's going to work, but it's going to cause bugs. It's going to be bad. So don't chain them. Oh, I could maybe help you not chain them. So it's like self.name, and then it's like self.last name. Self. What would I call it? Subname. Let's just do that. So now there's a subname. So, and why do I care? This decorator. Right, because it hasn't been called yet. Exactly. Get attribute runs before it's called. So if we can just return self. Exactly. Got it. 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 So we could do something like this. I don't know if it's attribute error or key error or something, but that's fine. So here's how this works. If self dot, what is that last name? Did I call last subname? Is not none, then we have a problem. Yeah, yes, exactly. We have a problem. We'll do this. Self dot name, right? Already has a subname. Yes. Already has subname. Cannot set. Let's do this, right? Name equals this syntax that I found. That's awesome. Cool. So that's if it collides. So then otherwise we can set it. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And so then right. And so then it's so it's going to be part of the like documentation. Let's see. Cast defined. Casts. Let's just keep going. So now this thing can, so you do as, actually all of them can support this. So that's weird. But if you do as something dot anything, it will quietly remember that anything as a subname. And then I think I'm going to make it like return self. I think that's how that works. So instead of this decorator, I'm going to say return self. I think that's the point. So then, stop it. So then, let's see, get attribute, self.subname. Let's break it. So that means it knows, it's remembered that I've called it .French. And in fact, I could make it collide on purpose here for a second. So if you go .de, right? It'll run, but then the second time it'll collide, right? So this worked. So .fr ran first. So it's going to return itself, and the subname has been set now. We let it proceed. Yes, perfect. So now the subname is a collision because it's already FR. So if I proceed, it's going to throw and it's going to say already it cannot set DE. Wonderful. Perfect. Perfect. I'm glad I did that. So then, what do we do? So as lang, awesome, awesome. This may not be the right error type, but we're fine. So then, now what? We return ourselves. That worked. Let's go not do that. Right? So that's FR. Let's see. So, oops, back in the decorators. Now, the next problem then is when it's, so that's lost. Yeah. So that's lost when it's presented to the LLM. This information does not survive. So a subname has been defined. Oh, least favorite. Oh, I gotta go put it back. Yeah, let me just go put it back. Let's just bring it back like that. Simple. Okay. So we're testing the language decorator. So I'll say 23. Okay. Okay, let me log out and check that trace. Let's see what it did. Because that information is not sent. I wonder what is. I think that's going to help me find in the code where I want to like do the fix. So if we pull it, where was the one with the AI calls? Is it this one? Is it this one? No. Hey, Google, stop. Okay. Hey, Google, stop. Okay. And it called this. And what's the argument though? As quote as lang, represent as the language name. Okay. Yeah. So that description's going in there. Yeah. Okay. I think I know what's happening. So firstly, where's that? Represent as the language. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do subname. Because that's what it was. Or that's what it's been called now. So you have to have that defined. I don't know what's going to happen otherwise. But then let's keep going. So then the point is when it makes the parameters here, it's using that dot name. Right. It's getting that proxy. No, this is the decorator. Right. It's adding all these. What does it do? It adds it. Where does it add it? Here, when it's called. Call a prompt. This, the prompt here. Okay, easy. Override prompt. So that's if they pass their own prompt. Uh-huh. And then self.prompt. Interesting. Where does self.prompt get done? Self.prompt. Okay. That's it. That's it. It's passed in here. Okay, easy. So I'm just gonna do it the janky way, but it's gonna work. So you go prompt equals self.prompt. This is gonna be gnarly. Yikes. If, oh God, look away. Yes, if the subname is in the prompt, then if the, yes, exactly, crash. If the prompt needs a subname, yes. Oh, wonderful. It really understands the code. That's basically the perfect error. It might be a little too late, but that's fine. So if the subname is in the yes, exactly, or format it. That's exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. So if the prompt like references that subname, ooh, yikes! I hope this works in JavaScript. We're gonna have to see how this copies over, but it's a billion-dollar language model, so fingers crossed. So then we reformat, and that's going to be the prompt now. That might work okay. So it's that description's gonna say, so if I say 23, right, it's still kind of getting it wrong, but let's go see the trace. Oh, and I need to stop. I forgot I need to stop. As int, right, I don't want these, but that's fine. Wait, wrong trace, right? Wrong trace. Let's go to this one. Come on, tool call. Yeah, as lang, and but what's the prompt, or what's the as lang? Okay, so this is wrong. Oh yeah. Oh look, here it is, self.name. That's also wrong, right? It's not self.name anymore. It's field, like field name, field ID. Let's just call it that. And then we'll do if self.subname ID plus equals. Yeah, exactly. Let's do this. Yeah, exactly. Underscore. Whatever. So then it's this field ID here. Aha. Cool. That's the cast. So the cast changes. So run it. So it's not all totally working, but that's going to say FR now. Then the override prompt was not passed in. So it seems to me it should say cast to that thing. Let's run it. Let's run it because I got to go. It doesn't have to be totally finished. This is good. Tons of decorators added back in. It's awesome. Okay, 23. Oh, nice. Nice. Log out. Nice. Click the trace. Yes. Now it's all probabilistic, so I don't know if this is working or it just happened, but let's see it. Nice. So where's the call here? I always click the wrong one. This is awesome. This is working. Here. So it's saying, ooh, almost. Why is that not working? Override prompt or self.prompt. Let's just pause it. Oh, it's almost working. Override it as subname equals self.sub. See, it seems like it should work. Prompt. Oh, stupid. Yeah, stupid bug. It's just this. It's just that. I took all the trouble to make that prompt. Oh, I think it's totally going to work now. Let it go. I'm just going to let it go. I believe. Go. Oh, shoot. Wait. Cannot set name. Wait, what? French. Why? Already has subname. Wait, what? I'm going to let that go. Oh, that get attribute may be trouble. Let me do this real quick, right? Yeah. If the subname is not none, let's do this. Let's throw that in there. Yeah, exactly. Oh, super? Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's try that. So at least, is that not gonna work? Let's just try that. Come on. That was awesome just now. Is that working? 23? Come on. Ah, okay. Out. Let's see the trace. Where is that? This one? Yes. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yes. I think the only thing that remains is a little prompt error. Let me close these. So instead of saying represent, oh dear, this might work. Represent as the language, I see. Translate to the language. Translate as like suitably as possible to the language. Boom. Translate. I think that's the point. Whoo! I think that's gonna work. Whoo! That's gonna be fun. And then I can say Greek. Wow, it's gonna be really cool. So 23, right? Oh, this is gonna be cool if this works. Okay, let's see. So if I say as lang French, translate to, oh man, I feel like that's totally working. The problem is because it's a number. Trans to like longhand. Translate to words. Translate into translate into the language. So 23 translated. I don't know. Let me rerun it. May just need to tweak some prompting. And again, I don't want to like micro optimize on prompting. I know it's working. I don't want to. The problem is because it's integers. So if I say like represent, right? as words and translate into the language, right? I know it's working. So I think that'll work, but that prompt is too specific, but I think that's okay. So then if I say 23, yeah, yeah, cool. So, Miss Daisy, what's going on? So wonderful, log out. And then if I go to this trace, it's totally good. So the prompt, it's saying, all right, yes, it's saying we want as a language underscore FR. So it's hinting the model here. Also represent as words and translate to the language colon FR. Awesome. This title's whatever. So then when it calls in, it's done that. So now what I can do is I can have a ton of fun here. I can go at aslang dot de at aslang dot Erlang expression, right? At Pig Latin. At aslang.th, right? At aslang dot what is Greek? I don't even know. Let's just write it out as Greek. At aslang dot what is it? CN. Which one is like traditional? Traditional. Yes, exactly. Go. Oh, man. Oh, is it colliding as French? Aslang already has, so it cannot set .de. Okay. So my wrappers, wait a second. I thought, yeah, because these little singletons. Okay, it's not quite gonna work, right, because this aslang is a little singleton. So as soon as I do this fr, it applies all the rest. So they're not. I gotta improve it so that it. I think I might actually have to create a new little object every time you invoke one of these so that they can chain up. So the point is I can do any one that I want, and that's gonna work at the moment. They won't chain up, or they won't. I told it to collide because otherwise they would overwrite each other. I don't know why, but I bet that's fine if I do like traditional Chinese or something. I bet that's gonna work. Oops, stop. Go. I bet it's gonna work. 23. Oops, 2. Oh, maybe I can read that one. Ha! Yes. I meant 23. Awesome. Cool. Yes. Yes. Let's check that in. I gotta go at the hour. I gotta go. Let's check that in. Just aslang. Oh, the types. I'm just destroying it. Kind of half working at aslang, but cannot chain the sub, what do you call it, what was that, subnames yet. Have to re-implement that. But that's totally awesome. So this types, I'm just destroying. Yeah, that's fine. Aslang. Good. And then push it up. Okay. So that's all pushed up now. So so tons of decorators work as percent now works for sure. What else was there? There was more. I can go read them. Oops. As lang. Let's just delete this. Describe in plain English. Right. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, SQL. I wanted that. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. So what got implemented is tons of them. As percent, as set. That one worked first try. As list works, but there's no typing. As object totally doesn't work. And as lang kind of halfway works. You can convert to any one language at the moment. And that's cool though, because I'm going to be able to reuse this. I want to use that as lang thing. I want another decorator to just let the developer define arbitrary, representations or casts of their type. So they might say, well, I don't even know. I don't know. So this is super awesome. Tons of decorators are working. So it's all pushed up. So let me log out. That's awesome. That's awesome. Try to continue soon. Yep. Awesome.